Nice, nice, nice. All right. So it's 9:01 nearly. Thursday, July 2nd. Happy July. The best month. Hake's birthday is coming up, if I make it. And it is Love for All People by way of White History Month. Yes, we love the whites too. Okay? And it is Men's Forum tonight, y'all. First Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. at Bond in Los Angeles. Shout out to JLP, an excellent Jesse Lee Peterson show. I was just saying off air, or during the audio-only feed was continuing. And hopefully American Anchor Baby will be back, but we shall see, okay? All right. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. I disclaim everything that I say, every attitude that I exude. I'm not responsible. Info may be false, all right? I don't represent Bond or JLP or myself. Attitudes, like I mentioned, may be false. But you can tune in via YouTube, Rumble, Pilled.net. Those are the major platforms on which I'm streaming on video. But I am on other platforms, including, presumably, I'm live on X, I would think, as well as Facebook. Nice. And, of course, Punchy TV, Punchie TV. Shout out, y'all. Let me show you my website, thehakereport.com, quote-unquote news from a Christian, quote-unquote alpha male viewpoint, asterisk. And what does the asterisk read? Disclaimer, no endorsement implied. Info may be false. You can watch, like I said, on YouTube, Rumble, Pilled. You can podcast, Apple, Spotify, Substack. You can super chat via buymeacoffee.com/thehakereport or CashApp, cash.app/$jamesantonhake. You can shop via thehakereport.com/shop, Printify, Spring, Teespring, or jesseleepeterson.shop has the JLP type stuff, including Punchy TV, the shirts. You can get all my links via Linktree or all my links. Or via shout-out. Or Cameo, you can get your cameos. Or shout-outs. I think you can get shout-outs. Hey, JLP has them. Get Hake episodes, JLP episodes, Punchy TV, Hake appearances. JLP Nick, Fallen State Church, Punchy TV. Bond office. That's the number for the Bond office. The phones are ringing. So you can call now. Bond office if you need to reach Bond for, counseling or to donate or info, men's forum, which is happening tonight, first Thursday, 7 p.m. at Bond in Los Angeles. I will be looking out for y'all's super chats, okay? So thank you kindly. Over there on YouTube and Rumble. Very nice. Crazy stuff going on in the world. Oh, let me make sure that I am over here on Pilled. What's up, Pilled crew? Hello to Kid Combo 1, it looks like. Hopefully he's not saying something bad. Hello to Happy White History Month, Pot Leaf. I disclaim pot. Leaves are cool unless it's leaves of 3. Ought to leave them be unless they're blueberries or blackberries or whatever type of berries. I will read your popcorn coffee or Jamie coffees. Here's a tip. Gregatron, nice. He has an apology because tomorrow is confirmed for Big Bump. All right? Big Bump is coming on tomorrow, which is, oops, what did I do? Tomorrow is Big Bump will be here. Big bump. Hasn't been on the Hake Report for a little while. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. But anyway, y'all, let's do the intro, shall we? Look, Christmas display. This was from Christmas New Year, I guess you would say, of 2025 going into 2026. Very nice. Anyway, y'all, let's just get right on with the... Oh, it's the Hake Report. Oh, Lord. What did I do? Dun, dun. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La, la, la.
Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Tim. Nice. Shout out to Tim, past, present, future. You guys remember him? I remember him. So, how y'all doing? I am fine. I'm wearing not a Hake t-shirt nor a JLP t-shirt. No endorsement implied. It's just a Second Amendment, I guess, friendly shirt. Sort of American shooters. Gun range. Now, no endorsement implied. But I think it's nice. Sweet. Right on. You know, yesterday, actually, the so-called Supreme Court issued a ruling saying birthright citizenship is right and real and includes even the people here, the children of people here illegally, and temporary visa holders and visitors. You're born here, unless you're a diplomat who's not under the American jurisdiction, then you're an American. And they think that that's what the 14th Amendment says. And I was looking at a tweets about it, posts on IG. Okay? Don't cuss, kids, but I saw this from a center-left guy, really pro-America. He might consider himself center-right, I guess. Not really sure. Mike Cernovich. He said, dang, darn. But he didn't say either one of those words. Don't say that word, kids. I stand corrected, learn something new every day on X. Yes, X is very educational. And he quote tweets this person called Prowler, a mass deportation diplomat, according to him in his bio. And he's quote tweeting Matt Walsh, Derzum _ DERZUM _. And I don't know, should I repost what Cerno said? Oh, Lord, what just happened? Oh, yeah. I'll repost what Cerno said. Cernovich. Okay? If you will follow the Hake Report on X. And Prowler's quote tweeting Matt Walsh, who is also another competitor of Hake, who said, it's amazing these decrepit neocon, I can't say that word, but I used to hear it on G.I. Joe. I thought it was, I can't say that word. Don't say this word, kids, but I remember Baroness saying it about somebody in the G.I. Joe cartoon, imbeciles. Don't say that, kids. It sounds sort of like a fancy way of saying a word, holes. But no, it's not. It's meaning silly people who are not using their mind properly or something like that. Have gotten every major issue wrong for 40 years and just absolutely insist on keeping our streak of unbroken wrongness alive at all costs. And he says, yes, 27 million people immigrated here between 1880 and 1924. He's quote tweeting this guy named John Podhoretz, who's Jewish, okay, I think, but he's supposedly a conservative editor at Commentary magazine. Have I covered him recently? If I didn't, I meant to. Does a genuinely magnificent Yitzhak Rabin impression, according to himself. John Podhoretz, pardon me if I'm butchering his name. Middle-aged guy, conservative writer, so-called, but Jewish conservative, which is different from normal conservative, in that it's kind of, they tend to be more like intellectual and not like simple common sense type stuff. So anyway, 27 million people immigrated here between 1880 and 1924. The difference is that they came here legally, says Matt Walsh. There were no welfare state for them to leech off of, according to him. They were not flooding in from dysfunctional, lawless, third world H-holes, hellholes. I feel like you can say hellhole. It's just not polite. Kids don't say it. Just better safe than sorry, right? And they actually desired to assimilate, according to Matt Walsh, into American culture, supposedly. Oh, and we had 250 million fewer people living in the country at the time. So in other words, it was nothing like our current situation at all, not remotely. And he's quote tweeting this John Podhoretz, who's quote tweeting the Federalist, who says birthright citizenship is incompatible with mass immigration. I agree. And John Podhoretz says, the Jewish guy I said, pretty sure he's Jewish. 27 million people immigrated to the United States between 1880 and 1924, and it seemed to work out fine, claims he. What is this? Well, who is John Podhoretz? Is he Ronnie from Ohio? It's working. Ronnie from Ohio, I talked with at length. Too long, some might have argued. What it did for our day was make sure that down the line, the blood and soil inbreds at the Federalist had some competition. Inbreds, which is sort of a racist slur, if you want to believe in racism, right? Against normal white Christian types who have the common sense not to accept this mass immigration type stuff, right? And Matt Walsh says, actually, yeah, but it's different, very different from today, right? Because the Federalist was saying, what was the Federalist saying? Birthright citizenship is incompatible with mass birthplace citizenship is incompatible with mass immigration. And that was their article from none other than John Daniel Davidson, whoever that is. Not sure if I've heard of him. Maybe I have. But this is him. John Daniel Davidson. Daniel Davidson, that is. John Daniel Davidson. A lot of people on the right are understandably upset about the Supreme Court's decision upholding birthplace citizenship under the so-called 14th Amendment. Easy to see why. Samuel Alito, you can read the scathing dissents of Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas, which exposed the flawed reasoning and intellectual dishonesty of the 5-4 majority. Interesting that he called it 5-4. A majority that clearly searching for, maybe that was, a specific policy outcome and justifying it under the color of the Constitution. Cautious caveat to the black pilling, it wouldn't be the catastrophe it is if we hadn't just lived through the Democrat administration and that demonstrated what a dangerous weapon mass illegal immigration can be in the hands of the left-wing ideologues who want to remake America. Yeah, because then they end up being these invaders, if you will, if you want to put it that way, which I do, kind of. Have their children who become worse, who end up being worse than them, become sort of white, anti-American. Okay, so, but Matt Walsh had said, yeah, it's totally different. They were good people. And Prowler Dursum says, this is outright untrue. The mass migration wave of 1865 to 1924, 1865 being right around the time that they were pushing this thing about birthright citizenship, right? To 1924 was so bad we had to pass 20 different immigration laws trying to stop it. Entire cities were swamped by foreign languages, according to this Prowler guy, whom I'm tending just to believe, okay? All right? And there was welfare, almshouses, alms for the poor, almshouses, meaning you stay there for kind of like free type thing, and correctional facilities, almshouses and correctional facilities, meaning prisons, jails, were 25% to 75% foreign filled. And he shares a screenshot or a picture, photograph or scan of a thing about sentenced persons in penal, meaning penalty type thing, or reformatory institutions in 1910. Native white, 53,359. Foreign-born white, 19,438. Total white, 82,797. Foreign-born white, this is 1910, right, mind you. This is 60 years or so, or whatever, 50 whatever years, 45, whatever, I don't know math, after the thing, roughly. Foreign-born white, nearly 26%. Bear in mind, the foreign-born white in the census of 1910 was only 16.2% of the total white population, yet they have nearly 26% of the total white who were in prison on that date. Since the census and prohibition laws have been passed in this country, foreign-born white percent would run much larger. Distinguished gentlemen, blah, 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 blah. It's talking about something else. Native white, insane in hospitals in 1910. Native white, 120,000. Foreign-born white, 54,000. So like almost half. Or, you know, a third of the insane population. 30, almost. A little over 31% is foreign-born white in the insane in hospitals population. Paupers in almshouses. Paupers. Remember paupers meant poor people in almshouses? Almshouses, I'm based on the context. I wonder if that's debtor's prison or if that's just poor people living kind of free-ish or something in the poorhouse. Almshouses. Native white, 44,000. Foreign-born white, 33,000. Whoa. A little over 42% foreign-borns. Interesting. So they were disproportionately taking up the crime and welfare. And those were the whites, foreign-borns, in 1910. And he goes further. He's like, Teddy Roosevelt's administration found that naturalization fraud had spread to all major cities. Teddy Roosevelt being like in the early 1900s, I think. All major cities, hundreds of thousands of cases of naturalization fraud, according to Teddy Roosevelt. That's the good Roosevelt, if there is one. No Roosevelt is good. No, I think there was. I think Teddy Roosevelt. I remember Azzmador used to like him, our resident historian. Now he resides in the House of All, La Casa de Todos. Teddy Roosevelt. I think he's dead, right? But anyway, he, whatever. Not to be confused with FDR, the communist. Immigrant towns were protesting English. They didn't want to speak English and assimilate, right? And they were trying to abolish police. Immigration today is worse, but it wasn't plain good back then either. And he talks about Lithuanians, Poles, Germans, Irishmen. And it wasn't just because of the, what was that thing that the women pushed, the Christians or women pushed? So this person says Italians did not want to assimilate. They formed their own ethnic gangs and crime networks, only brought down half a century later by the FBI. Not that the FBI were angels either. Prowler says they even had BLM riots, if you want to say it like that. ILM, Italian, right? Whenever, shout out Italians. Whenever criminals faced justice, like the protest wave over convicted anarchists Sacco and Vanzetti, like George Floyd or the Italian immigrants at the time. I'll say Italian because Italian sounds hateful, I guess. Even though the black dude said Italian stallion in Rocky. The flooding of the country is always bad, said Prowler. What else? Let me jump up here. Because he quote tweeted himself. An investigation in 1902. See, I like history a little bit when it's presented to me in little tidbits. An investigation in 1902 discovered 25,000 naturalization frauds in New York City alone. The Teddy Roosevelt administration in 1905 found every major city had a large population of fraudulent citizens. Trump's USCIS, Citizenship and Immigration, something or other, is confronting a 100-year-old problem in one term. Serious work. All you naysayers trying to pretend like Trump not doing anything. Trump is even trying to, the administration, trying to denaturalize people. More than not. What is this thing? U.S. presidents by naturalization rate per 100,000 U.S. citizens, okay? Naturalizations per 100,000 U.S. citizens. And they have these different guys. Wilson, Democrat, no good. Harding, Warren G. Harding? Calvin Coolidge. And they have, it's all like pretty high, right? Hoover, Herbert Hoover, right? I think. FDR, the bad Roosevelt, 143 per 100,000, very high. And then they brought it down low, right? Truman, Eisenhower, JFK, all like lower than 100, right? Per 100,000. Johnson, evil Johnson, but he had it pretty low in the naturalization front. Nixon had a little bit more. Carter more. Reagan more. H.W. Bush up over 100. Clinton way, way, way high. Evil Clinton. And even so did old Bush, the W, because he was a compassionate conservative, which is not conservative at all. And then Obama, Trump first term, they still had him high. And then Biden went through the roof, up over 200. Oh, yeah, they all had over 200 per 100,000. Post-1990 immigration surge. And then Trump, too, current rate is back down to maybe saner times. Hopefully. We'll see. Crazy, huh? Naturalization. That's when people are here and they become citizens. I had a friend become a citizen. It was under the Obama administration. I should say it with more disdain. Under the Obama administration. Here, let me repost that, I guess. I don't know what I reposted. Oh, yeah. Gigantic naturalization frauds committed in the presidential campaign of 1868 resulted in an investigation in Congress, placing of congressional elections under federal supervision during the month of October back then. Two New York judges issued 54,000 certificates. 1902 investigation showed 25,000 fraudulent certificates of naturalization. Wow. Grown and spread with the growth and spread of the alien population of the United States till there is scarcely a city or county seat, town in the United States and territories where some form of these frauds has not from time to time been committed. Naturally, the greatest number and kinds of frauds have been in large cities where the alien population forms a large minority. New York, Chicago, Brooklyn, Boston, St. Louis, Baltimore, New Orleans. Or New Orleans is how I used to say it as a kid. But now you guys have trained me to say New Orleans. Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Wilmington, Delaware, Buffalo, Scranton, Philly, Jersey City, Denver, Butte, Haven, I guess. Oh, no, New Haven. I jumped down. Helena, Pueblo, Birmingham, Atlanta, Providence, Hartford, New Haven, Fall River, San Francisco, Tacoma, Seattle, both Portlands, Maine and Oregon, I guess. St. Paul, Minneapolis. This is like, it looks like a old thing, so it makes it look real, which I believe it is real. Where I left off, Minneapolis, right? Detroit, Des Moines. It looks like Des Moines. And other cities have contributed their quota to the grand total, which staggers the imagination. While such communities as Pella, Iowa, Barr, Vermont, White Plains, New York, Exeter, New Hampshire, Biddeford, ME, is that Maine? I don't know. And other small agricultural and manufacturing towns have all been inoculated at various times with the virus of this all-prevalent crime against the institutions and integrity of the nation at large, said somebody sometime, according to them. Info may be false. Crazy, huh? So it's always been a problem. And it hasn't been working. But the haters of the normal whites want to call us haters because we hate the fundamental transformation of America by way of that mess. It's terrible. Alas, in history. Okie dokie. Anyway, that's your little rant thingamajigger from Hake, if you will. Let me get to Alex, California. Alex, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead.
Hello, James Hake, sir.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine.
You said something about New Haven?
Yeah, New Haven had major problems with naturalization fraud, I guess, according to that little, what looked like a newspaper clipping or article or something, or book excerpt.
That's where I'm from.
Wow. So, No wonder your parents, I wonder if your parents descended from fraudulent naturalization or something. Or if they were polluted by their neighbors who were fraudulently, if your parents' ancestors were polluted by naturalization fraud neighbors. The N-word that you don't want.
I mean, our church had the literal Underground Railroad in it.
Wow.
I think I told that story before. But now that I think about it, it was probably just child trafficking tunnels.
Interesting. You're saying that this woman who was lauded as the Underground Railroad woman, this black gal, whom we thought was a heroine of America, was maybe just trafficking children?
No, I'm saying that there's maybe the Underground Railroad is real, but I'm just saying this church is probably just trafficking kids.
Oh, wow. Were churches
the Underground Railroad?
Were churches kind of known for doing bad stuff like that?
I was too young. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying your church, but is there documentation, or is this just malice towards liberal churches that makes you willing to believe such a thing and speculate about that?
Yeah. The letter.
Okay.
100%.
Cool. Fair enough. Info may be false, but yeah. Okay.
Said 2 topics today, and I'm full of energy and a little bit snooty, so bear with me here.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind pulling up, we have the FIFA World Cup in San Jose, California, and the Mexicans are killing each other and wilding out. And I would like people to see.
Really? So that's where one of the shootings took place?
One of?
Oh, stabbing.
Also a machete attack last week.
Stabbings in San Jose, multiple with an S, and shootings in SF, San Fran. Multiple arrested after Mexico World Cup watch party in San Jose. NBC Bay Area reports 2 shot in San Fran watch party, 2 stabbed in San Jose. Wow.
So maybe it hasn't hit yet. We had a takeover and shootings. There's multiple shootings, so maybe they're not reporting it yet.
It does say shootings. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you had shootings not just in San Fran, but in San Jose, too.
Yeah, and it's concerning to me because it's a couple blocks away from my studio where I'm at right this second.
Wow.
And there's also someone who got machete attacked around the corner from us, too. So it's like we're trying to compete with you guys or something. I don't know what's going on.
Compete with us L.A. people?
Yeah.
Not good.
But what I was really hoping, Hake, even though I can't see, was if you could pull up a video. I know there's reels and shorts of the San Jose, maybe even just put the World Cup or whatever. Gotta have people see it.
Let me pull up YouTube, I guess. San Jose World Cup. San Jose World Cup. Outside the World Cup footage?
Yeah, in the streets.
Okay. I should have
Taking
just
over the
searched
block.
massive.
Donuts.
Wow. Oh, Lord. So like street takeover type things?
Yeah, they're doing that stuff.
What a mess.
A little bit of shooting, a little bit of stabbing, a little bit of taking over, whatever.
Yeah.
And again, like, brown people, what's wrong with you guys? Like,
Yeah.
is this what you guys want to live? This is what you guys want. This looks like Disneyland if you have brown skin. And I'm like I said, I'm feeling snooty today.
Yeah.
So I want people to see it. Ronnie, you're off the hook today. We're just focusing on the Mexicans. But I'm a white person, and I paid for a studio here in San Jose, and this is happening like 2 blocks away from me. So it's not like I'm imagining it or looking for it on YouTube or looking for it on Reels.
Yeah, and you're not living in the future.
No. So
yeah.
There's no excuses.
Right.
And I just want to know, like, brown people, what's your guys' deal, man? Like, do you really want to live like that, where it's just chaos and nobody's following any type of rules or respect? You guys are just out in the street causing chaos, stabbing each other, shooting each other. Like, this is how you people live, and this is what you guys want? I just don't understand it. It's despicable. And someone's got to bring light to this stuff.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're just talking about, like, amendments and gardening in the Civil War and stuff. Like, I think this is a little more important.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
You know, man, to answer your question...
I'm kind of mild on the Hake report lately.
To answer your question, I think, yes, they do like living that way. I was thinking about this woman who allegedly put her fists into the throat of, if you will, of Caitlin Clark, the WNBA player.
That wasn't AI?
It was not AI, I don't believe. Yeah, I mean, the woman, young lady with the arms comparable to Hake's arms, okay? Black gal. She was interviewed in footage shown on the Jason Lee Peterson show, and she's talking about, oh, we're not thugs. You guys are casting us as thugs and stuff. And I don't think that she realizes that what's normal for her is abnormal and indecent and unacceptable in like the white world or the civilized world. But
the white world is the civilized world, and none of them understand. It's becoming very clear to me that none of them understand it. It just depends on the level of brown in your skin.
They're like proud of it. They're proud that they come from rough environments. And this is like a catching type of false pride and false identity, because I remember there was this Jewish guy, I think, or maybe just a white liberal, who goes on the New York subway all the time. And you know how the New York subway is known to be like, there's crazy scenes. And they are like, they shrug it off now. And so this guy is like, Daniel Penny was wrong. He should have just shrugged it off. Because he's like proud that the New York subway is crazy. And it's crazy because mostly, like you point out, the black and brown crazies are more likely.
That's all it is. Let's just get real with it. I mean, white people are all tame and domesticated now. There's no crazy white people running around. And if there are crazy white people running around, it's because they hang out with brown people.
Right.
And they're picking up their tendencies, and they're not acting white.
Yeah. And you know what? Then that's what I'm saying is, like, people become proud of their rough upbringing or the rough neighborhood or the rough bad guys and think that's tough. It's like being proud of being able to drink your friend under the table. You know, you can drink way more than your friend and not pass out. Like, you're proud of self-destruction. And that's what they're proud of.
And like you said, being proud of having a tough upbringing. It's all about being tough. You gotta be tough and assertive, dominant. You can't just be normal.
Yeah.
So
it's like it becomes an identity. And it really becomes an identity and a self-defensiveness and thinking there's something wrong with you for saying something wrong with them. And it's like they try to bait you into judging them and getting angry so that they can just keep on looking at you and never at themselves.
I don't even care about that anymore. I just want I just want to unveil the truth and just let the truth be let out like a machine gun. Like, you people are violent, dirty. You don't like law and order. You don't have respect for yourselves or each other, and you don't want any of that. So what are we supposed to say? I don't care if you guys call me racist. It's stupid. Like, learn how to act like civilized human beings before we start all the name calling, because I honestly don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I think white people need to stop caring about that. Thankfully, some are starting to snap out of it.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Man, oh man. So you can't escape it. You're born in New Haven, and then you're in San Jose. You can't go anywhere. There's no flight. There's no more flight for the white.
When I lived in Oceanside, that was the most peace, but I was 11 through 13, so I didn't know anything about politics or race or anything like that. But I could say Southern California is probably the most peaceful I've had in my life so far. With that being said, all the whining and moaning about brown people and how brown people live, at some point I probably am going to be relocating up a little bit more north, in kind of a more rural area where there's no brown people, or at least a lot less.
Would you like that, or would you? Are you likely to?
Yeah, I don't want to be around these people anymore.
I understand that. But what about the?
Nothing's going to change.
What about the amenities and closeness to other things? Are you gonna miss that stuff?
I hear you. I'd be close to a big city still, but just a little more out in the cuts in this particular location.
Okay.
But yeah, the biggest thing I'd be missing would be the beach. But the beach was for me and my dog. I don't have my dog anymore, so it's that was like our thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Brown people, come on. Somebody step up to the plate and either have some accountability or at least criticize it. Like, hey, yeah, like we shouldn't be doing that. Or, hey, that group of people, we don't like that. We don't all act like that. Can we at least get some of that from somebody? And then, a little bit of snootiness to end on. I'm going to be retiring Hake Bear.
Okay.
Particular Mr. William III got real upset about it and kind of took the wind out of the sails of that one. Okay. Just for clarity, nicknames are kind of a white people thing, an East Coast thing, an Italian thing, a Jewish thing. Maybe that's where there's a disconnect.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, did you guys have nicknames as kids, or?
Yeah, not within family, but yes, among like Christian kids camp. I was like Lil Red one week, and in high school I was James the Snake Hake, and so I was Snake, and that was were all given by.
I don't think it's that weird.
Say again.
I don't think it's that weird. Maybe it's maybe I'm just too young in spirit for the Hake report or something. But yeah, I don't want to upset William III. I want to maintain James Hake's integrity as a man. He's a tough, big, strong, tough man.
That's right. Fair enough. Okay. Well, suit yourself, man. Right. No worries. Thank you.
I hope it never bothered you, at least.
I was taken aback one time, and then afterwards, I accepted it. There was like the first or second time, I'm like, "Whoa, you're lucky I'm not in front of you. I don't punch you." I feel like I said something like that because I remember Carver was like, "Whoa, Hake, it's violent." I feel like it was Carver. Because Hake Bear is not like you said, is like you acknowledged, it's not manly, tough name. It's not like
to
Snake.
Soften up the most extreme podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah,
we got to look out for you.
Right.
So. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye. Terri, out of Oregon. How you doing, Terri?
Oh, I'm great. How are you, Hake?
I'm fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I called in because the character of Erika Kirk was besmirched on your show 2 days ago. And I wanted to call in at that time, but I've been busy, and I'm still busy, but if I don't do it now, I won't. So
Yeah. Erika Kirk. And did I participate in that besmirching of her character?
No, not really.
Okay. Whew. Nice.
But I think I don't know. I guess I want to talk about a bit of different things regarding that whole fiasco. Because
do you remember what was said, or do you not want to repeat it? Either one is fine.
No, I don't remember what was said exactly. I'm not good with stuff like that.
Oh, I vaguely do remember. Somebody asked me to pull up an IG video of her acting all cute and fun and playful back when before she was married, as her maiden name, under her maiden name, doing like sort of out in public interviews or campus interviews or something, and talking about life. And she's now Charlie Kirk's young widow, and she's running a CEO of Turning Point USA now, which her husband started back when he was 18, before he knew her, I think. She's a beauty queen and an intense gal, and people call her fake. People call her, say she was in on his murder, all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Oh, yeah, and then they said, oh, she's all excited and laughing 10 days later, 5 days after the murder, or 4 days,
right,
about sales. Well...
Yeah, that bothered me quite a bit, because...
It bothered you that she did it, or that people were commenting about it? And
that anyone would, like, think that's odd,
okay,
that somebody who went through what she went through,
right,
like losing someone you love. It just made me think, like, has this person, Zenny, no, I don't, but, like, if you've ever lost someone, like, really close to you that, you know, you really love, and I don't know if she really loved him or not.
Right, but
like,
but in her mind, she loved him or whatever. Benefit of the doubt, she felt that thing that people call love.
When you go through mourning and grief, it's not as if you're just dour and down all the time.
Right.
Especially when you have to interact with other human beings.
Yeah.
And especially when, I mean, life goes on, and in the midst of being, you know, overwhelmed by grief, which is what grief does. It does overwhelm you. It does kind of make you... It can affect people differently, but I don't think anything in her behavior is not common amongst people who are going through grief. So the kind of way she's been picked apart in that is like, it's just stupid to me, for one, but it's also like kind of disgusting. It's really bothered me how vicious and how really strong the criticism of her is when nobody else is in her position, and it's so massive. Like, she can't even, how does she even begin to respond to all the lies and slander that are out there about her now? She can't. It's too massive.
Right. She's better off not responding at all, really.
Right.
You only feed it when you respond.
Right, which is also going to be criticized for as well. Of
course.
Like, well,
yeah.
You know, she can't win, I think, and I just I find it really weird as well. And I just wonder, like, how many people, how can you, like, have somebody close to you even die and not know that this is common? Like, when I've lost people that, you know, were close to me, I still had to go about my life. You know, I might have gotten a few days of bereavement off work, but then I had to go back to work and interact with people. And, you know, like, especially she was at, like, having a Turning Point. I guess this is the thing. I'm meeting with people from Turning Point, and they were celebrating something good that happened. And she smiled and clapped about it.
Yeah.
She's not allowed to do that. Like, I just don't, it's so stupid to me.
And a lot of us people, we're just kind of awkward people, so we may act funny, and if you read too much into it, that's not decent, How about have some
I
grace and understanding, or recognizing that you just don't understand this person who's weird.
Yeah, I know. I think of that too. Like if I were under scrutiny like her, I'd be like ripped apart,
Right.
judged, and it's not fair.
Yeah. I was reading about another woman who got judged. She went up in a space capsule thing and went to space with other ladies.
Oh
She's
Lord.
she's a famous singer, and it hurt her because she got mocked for it. And I'm like, oh, like why are you getting hurt over that? I mean, I get that people talk and they say they're very ungracious, right? But but I didn't realize that it would have bothered her, or that she even would have heard about it. But of course, people, whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, the videos though were kind of funny.
Yeah, they were awkward, and
I mean,
but ultimately, like, normal people know that it was just a harmless, but kind of sort of dumb and DEI, but whatever. It's nothing.
yeah.
But it's so funny because when something happens to somebody else's ego, because it's not really, when something happens to somebody else, to you, you're kind of disconnected from it and it's no big deal. But if you have that empathy, or if it's happening to you or your ego, then it's totally different. Like when somebody else is on stage, it's no big deal. But when you're on stage, sometimes for some people, that's a big deal. It goes in their head.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I also think that I don't know. There's just been so much weird stuff that's been implied or said about her, especially like trying to implicate her in her husband's assassination. I don't know. It's really weird to me because I guess I wanted to mention this as well. I don't know why people think that the story that we are getting, this guy who was involved in some transgender politics would necessarily want to assassinate Charlie and might be successful, because from what I've seen and what I know, these radical leftists, especially the transgender ones, are very, very violent in their rhetoric.
Yep.
And they teach one another. They encourage one another to carry weapons, use weapons. Like, if you're exposed to it at all, like, you dig under the surface, like, this stuff is very clear. They hold trainings regularly. They think it's, very important that they be armed and dangerous, and they do threaten people and they do hurt people. There's a lot of cases of these people hurting people and killing people. So I don't think it's that odd. I don't know why people want to. I do know why people want to make it into this like grand conspiracy whenever there's an assassination, but sometimes like the truth is, if we dealt with the truth of what's going on, we'd realize like how many domestic terrorists we have brewing in the country.
Yeah.
As it is, like the biggest problem in the U.S. is the people themselves that have been poisoned against the country, decency, and they believe that they need to commit violent acts in order to achieve their means.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Americans that are this way, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah. You remind me of the Antifa situation, where in many Antifa have turned out to be what they call transgender, according to like Andy No and others, even mainstream media. And you're right, this guy was seemingly roommated with a guy who seemed like the innocent one, and he was the guilty one. in this case, the guy who did this thing to Charlie Kirk. But you're right, people get, and 20-something-year-olds, once they get into politics, a lot of them get very angry and, like I think we've talked about, idealistic. And projecting their hate on others. And crazy. It's very believable.
Definitely.
It's a very believable story. It's completely plausible. A white young man from Utah who's gone to college and involved in the transgender world, at least in terms of friendship or more deeply than that. Of course, it makes total sense. And in the communist world, I think that they're more communist per capita and violent communists. So I think you know what you're talking about. I don't know if you ran into that.
Yeah, and I also think, with that, I was a TERF for many years, and the threats were constant.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Anytime you would have any sort of I remember having organized or going to conferences, and people would be threatening you, trying to have a counter protest, and there would be all this secrecy sometimes around organizing, sometimes not.
Yeah.
But it was really, the threats were real. We get lots of crazy threats, or people just, I don't know. I remember over a decade ago, they started making these kind of internet propaganda stuff, but it would it would feature different trans people, and they would be carrying weapons, and they would have a memeified message being oh, we're, kill all Turks, or kill transphobes, stuff like that. The rhetoric is common, and these people are already mentally so far gone. Rationality doesn't exist for a lot of them. They're purely running on adrenaline and emotion.
Yeah.
They can't be reasoned with.
Right.
And
that's why they fell into that mindset. Is when you fall into a mindset of gay or transgender or whatever identity that you're in, it's an angry mindset, blind mindset.
Yeah. So, anyway, I think Erika is innocent.
Yeah, and so is Israel. It's so ridiculous.
And so Israel in this circumstance.
Israel would go after Hamas people in hiding, or somebody who actually is a real threat to them, not some guy who's generally a fan of Israel but starting to be mildly critical. Give me a break.
With a few of his donors, having with a few of his donors, oh, we can't have this. We need to take this guy out.
Right.
And when we have so many people walking around criticizing Israel, to the nth degree, everywhere,
I know they would go after Nick Fuentes first.
Yeah, maybe.
But they wouldn't even go after Nick Fuentes because he's no mortal threat to any of them.
I think Israel has bigger problems
exactly.
than some American pundit.
They'll send their Mossad after people who used to, they sent the Mossad after people who used to be Nazis. I heard, I read about in Bill O'Reilly's book.
Yeah, they did hunt them down.
They went to South America and secretly grabbed them or assassinated them. But those were people who were actually
be on Israel's bad side ever.
Right.
So but I also don't think that. There's so many people that are critical of Israel. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
Charlie Kirk was their friend.
It's so crazy.
Terri, you have to, just like we have to have understanding of the transgender anger and blindness and delusion, we have to have understanding of the anti-Israel and conspiracy theorist Erika Kirk smearer group because they're mentally ill, they're crazy, including even Zenny. It was he's crazy. That's why he's believing this stuff. That's why he doesn't realize that Trump is like a true friend of America, even if he's imperfect, we'll say, in some of his policies, or some of his results are imperfect, we'll say. Whatever.
I couldn't do a better job than Trump, so I'm not gonna even go there. Like, what? Who am I to even try to begin to think I know what would be a better way to run the country?
Yeah, and we don't really know what's going on, but people want to just say, "Oh, Trump is just easily swayed, and he's controlled by Bibi," and dumb stuff like that.
I think at this point, like, Israel and America, their fates are kind of intertwined to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And keeping Israel safe does help keep the U.S. safe.
Right.
And,
we're stuck.
I also think the people of Israel, like the nation, the people there are different than their government, are different than their military.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a lot of...
and different people in their government are very different to each other, too.
Yeah,
I
know.
Like, once Bibi is replaced, we're going to be begging for Bibi back.
I don't know.
Because I really like Bibi. Because he likes,
I know you do.
Because he likes Trump and he hates Obama. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And he is manly.
Really need. He is very masculine. He's a good representation of masculinity in a world that is lacking it. Yeah.
Just because he does a little genocide or whatever, if you want to call it that.
A little genocide.
Or a lot. Doesn't mean...
I don't want to call it that.
No, I'm not you. I'm not you, but other people.
They're at war with terrorists.
Yeah.
They use guerrilla tactics, and you can't fight fair with those kind of people, and they put their own people at risk because of the tactics they use.
Common sense. You're more manly than Zenny, who's shrill.
Haha, Zenny. In your face. I don't think I'm more manly than Zenny.
No, I'm just saying you're more logical and like objective. You're not, partly because you're not invested in it, you know? Mm-hmm. If people are emotionally invested in what's going on in America or in the world, they get to where it's too important and they can't stop thinking about it, and then they can't stop making decisions and interpretations of what's going on. Rather than just like, I don't really know, it seems reasonable to me. Maybe.
Yeah, I also just, I have my own area of life that I'm in charge of, and God has not put me in a higher station. So I got to focus on what I'm doing.
But so God didn't make Zenny the boss of Israel or Trump.
No.
Anyway, shout out Zenny. Zenny Tuesdays.
I love Zenny. I'm not trying to diss him at all. I do really like him.
Yeah, he's the voice. He is the voice of the snake pit, if you will.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Yeah. He I get told that Zenny really got me pinned and exposed me as a Trump simp or whatever. And so, I like his...
simp for someone, I mean, why not Trump?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
I mean, if you're going to get called a simp,
What do you think about JLP's criticisms of Erika? Quickly.
I mean, I'm not familiar with all of them. I've heard some different things he said, but...
When she's crying, she's lying.
I do think I mean... I don't know that I don't think she's consciously being manipulative with her behavior. I think she's unconscious like a lot of people are. And I think she's under a microscope in a way that most people aren't. I don't know. I also don't think there's anything wrong with her taking over her husband's company. And maybe that's kind of controversial too. I have argued with other people about that, but
I think Charlie wanted, according to like some people that I've heard, Charlie wanted that to happen.
I mean, it makes sense because he started it. They have kids together. She's his wife. she as a widow is responsible for like maintaining what was left to them, and that's his kid's legacy. So I don't see, if a woman's husband dies, why she can't step into that role. She's going to have to anyway. A widow has to work generally, unless she's so fabulously wealthy. I don't think she's in that position as a person.
Really?
So,
you don't think that she's going to be taken
care
of
I don't
by
think she's
Charlie's estate?
No,
Really?
And I think what?
I said, really? You don't think that Charlie Kirk was wealthy enough to die and leave her well off without her having to work? And that TPUSA wouldn't take care of her? Even if he hadn't? But Terri.
I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think, I mean, I don't know how much money they have exactly, but I don't think there's anything wrong with her as a widow taking over her husband's company. I think that's pretty common when a man dies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he probably married her because she was the kind of person that he, could rely on in that way. Because, she had her own business when they married, when they got together. She was kind of, she wasn't just, a beauty queen or that kind of thing. She had a lot of different skills. And I think he probably trusted her in terms of her politics and her judgment. I do think she's a little, her showmanship is wild. I will say that. Like the jumping, the crazy stage antics and stuff.
Oh, I haven't been watching.
So that kind of thing is a bit crazy to me, but like, I also think, I don't know, if I went through what she went through, I'd probably be acting really crazy too.
Okay, so according to Yahoo Financer Mass Live, Gustavo Antencio Flores, September 11th, 2025, what was Charlie Kirk's net worth after growing Turning Point? Estimated $12 million according to Value Walk. And that, according to this writer of this article, is Kirk, who was co-founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, was able to set up his family, wife Erika, and 2 young children to be financially stable before his death with an estimated net worth of $12 million. So with $12 million, maybe you could go into hiding and live off of
hiding.
Because you said that she's under a microscope, and I agree with you, she is unconscious, but anybody who is manipulative, which she is, and you said she's not consciously manipulative, but nobody's really consciously manipulative, she's definitely.
I disagree.
Okay, fine, but if you depending on how truly what you mean by conscious, meaning like seeing by the light of God. If you were seeing by the light of God, you wouldn't be manipulative and deceptive and evil like she is. She's trying to turn all dark sometimes with her speeches. She put herself under the microscope. She didn't have to go out and give this speech about, 2 days later or however many days later. And she didn't have to take over the organization, even if her husband wanted it. Simp.
Mm-hmm.
So you agree with women running things and leading and being over men? A Christian organization, so-called? It became Christian like after he died, seemingly. Well, he was kind of Christian, but I didn't think of it as Christian until like later. I thought it was more political. But he is Christian.
Honestly, I never knew much about Charlie Kirk until he died.
Yeah.
I never paid much attention to him because I always saw him I was always like, oh, he's kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in debate and that kind of thing. So, I think it just depends on the context. I think if a man dies and he wants his wife to take over stuff, then that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, women have run businesses throughout history. I don't think it's that crazy.
Right. Especially when they're single.
And also, I mean, like, I think of like the Proverbs 31 woman.
Yeah, but
but
she's running her husband's
probably had men
place.
working for her too, like in the field.
But she was under her husband. If that Proverbs 31 woman, now that was written by Solomon, maybe, who was kind of a simp. And
one more point, Hake.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I just want to say, like, I agree. She does need male headship, and I think maybe you could step into that role.
That's silly. Not interested.
Why? Think about it, Hake.
Now you're trolling me.
She's a wealthy widow. She's.
That's
like,
part of the problem. She's wealthy.
She probably could have another kid, and then you could get in there and get behind the scenes at TPUSA. You could produce the Hake report from there and expand your network. I mean, think about it.
You're trolling me. Thank you, Terri.
I'm trolling you.
If Charlie Kirk had any siblings, they should take over.
Yeah,
or marry her.
They should marry her.
But she already had children,
no,
so she could just be a young widow and
no.
just be humble. When she's crying, she's lying. I think that we've discussed that before, and I've explained it before.
I don't think it's always true, because sometimes you can't control when the tears come, especially like if somebody dies.
Right.
It just kind of happens, and you're like, "What the hell?"
But we couldn't see any tears. People point out. But I don't really care. Whatever.
Oh man, that's so mean. So mean.
I'm not meaning to be mean. I'm just repeating what other people have said.
That's the other thing. Either you're crying too much, or you're not crying enough, or like, what are you supposed to look like?
Do you agree with me that she didn't need to get in front of the cameras and make any statement at all?
I think she probably. I think there were a lot of people expecting her to, and pressuring her to, and that kind of thing. I don't think it was like she. I mean, when you go through something like that, she probably had a million people around her, like talking to her, encouraging her. Or she got Donald Trump being like, "I really want you to talk here." I mean, if President Trump calls you up and says, "I really want to hear you speak about this. I'd really like to hear. I'm so sorry for what happened, but we're going to support you all the way." Like,
so is that a yes? She should. Okay.
Yeah, she should just keep doing what she's doing.
Okay, and then is it weird?
Everybody should leave her alone.
Do you agree with me, even though we don't judge her for it, I guess, although maybe I do? Was it weird that she would kind of go into crying and then turn all dark and vicious in her different speeches about, "You will never get away with this"? She didn't say those words, but she got all like dark and evil, angry face, and stern voice.
Cool. That was cool.
That was cool. This is the first time I've ever heard that described as cool.
Black hat and the black, like.
She's wearing white. She's going through all these different supposed emotions / performance.
I mean, when somebody dies, you go through all the emotions.
I know,
you go through every single emotion, and then you got people like being mean to you. You got like ugly black girls.
But this is before any of that happened. This is right 3 days after the event, after the shooting. I gotta run, Terri.
All right, yeah, we could talk about this forever. Have a good day. Hey,
all right, you too.
Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. All right, bye. Nice. Okie dokie. Pardon me, y'all. The lines are almost full. Gregatron says, "My bad, G. Yesterday I was thinking July 1st was Big Bump Day. I got hyped up because it was the first day of White History Month. The actual holiday, holy day, isn't until Friday the 3rd, which is the observed of the 4th of July, since the 4th of July falls on a Saturday and you already got the day off. So the feds want to take an extra day off. So I got my holidays mixed up." That's nice that White History Month was a holy day for you. I take back all the bad things I said about you. You are not horrible, shameful, terrible, shameless, pitiful, pathetic, unreal, etc. I apologize. You're only those things if you schedule a guest and the guest doesn't make it, or when you take off work. Okay, peace. Thank you, Gregatron. And Jamie bought an 8 coffees. It's all right. And he shared a YouTube video that's a minute long, right over a minute long, saying it's right over a minute long. If that's too long for the Hake Report time, then just show Jesse. He might like this. Hopefully there's no cussing. I'm going to go out on a limb. Okay, so...
And here are your top stories. A former extremist Muslim explained why they team up with Democrats, even though Sharia law is in opposition to nearly all the left's views and policies. Listen.
When I was an extremist, Islamist, fundamentalist, I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They'd give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parades. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. Ilhan Omar, she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other, my body, my choice, yes, go do that, But would she have an abortion? Never. Never. Would she kill a Muslim in her stomach? Never.
What is the fundamentalist and jihadi agenda for America?
The future of America has to be Muslim.
That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Awaya.
So that was a clip saying former extremist Muslim, which I think that's the Imam of Peace, who has been on the Fallen State, and unless it's not the Imam of Peace. Was he on the Fallen State? I feel like he was. Who was talking with American historian, Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, nice American name. Shout out. Right? Isn't that a Imam of Peace? Yeah. Mohammed Tawhidi. Tawhidi. Jesse Lee Peterson. Imam of Peace. They hijacked the faith. Imam Tawhidi exposes. Oh no. Wasn't Imam of Peace on the Fallen State? I thought that he was on the Fallen State. Maybe not. Okay, nice. Maybe he was a... Oh, whatever. Okay, well, thank you for the tip there. Jamie. Right on. Yep. Yeah, Muslims are... They call them conservatives, but they're a bunch of Democrats. And they like America to be weak and ripe for the taking and to allow the mass migration of Muslims into the country and type stuff. Popcorn says, if you were king for the day, imagine that, King James. Hake, that is. And you had the ability, this is Popcorn, to make 2 things reality. Would you do it? 1, all anchor babies will be deported regardless of age. Not an, oh, I like them, they can stay. Or all go or none go. Wow. King's Popcorn twisting King James' arm. Thumbs up or thumbs down on this new rule? Yes, thumbs up. This would disappear a lot of us. Thumbs up. Deport all of them. Because it means anchor grandchildren, anchor great-grandchildren, anchor great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren, right? 2, only white men are allowed in the Supreme Court. Again, not an I like Clarence Thomas, he can be on the court. Oh, man. Thumbs up. He's white on the inside, but he would have to go too. I'll thumbs up that one. Only white men. Yeah. Do Jewish people count as white? I don't know. Yes. How about Irish and Italian? Well, I guess a lot of them would be anchor babies, so they would, I don't know. Anyway, I think looking at things in terms of absolutes is how you tease out whether or not you believe something is a principle or if it's more rhetorical, loosey-goosey. Well, since this is just imagination, I'm loosey-goosey with my yeses. People will draw a perfect square and confidently say, this is what I believe. Then they will discover that as a consequence of that they advocated for, something happens that they didn't like. Oh, like people go homeless and then they have a kid and then that's not an American, according to Ronnie. They're like, wait a minute, and break out the eraser and start smoothing out the edges on that quote-unquote square. This is what I believe. Oh, soft and weak, loosey-goosey. That holds up until the next thing they don't like happens. Before you know it, that was what was a perfectly bounded square is unrecognizable. It's a hake of a thing. He says heck of a thing. Don't say heck, kids, unless your parents let. Thank you, Popcorn. Nice. Okay, Google. Okay, so Popcorn says, oh, okay, yeah, Popcorn, I think he's going to go after me. After searching on Google for an absolute word salad of a search about stats about trans violence, I wasn't searching for stats. Your results came back, you scanned them and realized it wasn't the answer you were after. Then you clarified, I'm talking about them as perpetrators. Google then says that they are underrepresented in committing violent crimes and citing a bunch of sources. You scanned those briefly and quickly aborted the mission. Both you and Terri, T-E-R-R-I, continue to talk about it and didn't skip a beat. Absolutely brutal. Real-time Google searching strikes again. The best part was Terri had no clue things were being debunked live. It's not debunked, Popcorn. Making me mad. Almost like when someone claimed NASA was funded by Nazis or founded by Nazis, if I recall. You searched it and Google immediately responds, no, this is absolute gold. Let me go back to where I was searching. Did I close it? Darn. Okay, how do I find my search history? Can I find my search history around here? Manage Google account. What the heck? How do I find my Google search history about transgender violence? What the heck, man? Welcome to my activity, Google. How come it didn't save it? What was it, like not palatable? It was before net worth thing, right? Yeah, incidents of transgenders being violent. Here we go. Boom and boom. How do I go? Where do I get it? Come on, man. What? Oh, okay, so yeah, okay, nice. I think it found it. Okay, training. Okay, so she has inside info that may be underreported, right? There's such a thing as underreporting, and then Google is not. She knows what she's talking about, man. What the heck? I totally believe Terri. Assassination of Charlie Kirk. Okay. The specific events you mentioned highlight several critical aspects regarding ongoing national debate surrounding transgender individuals, political violence, and targeted groups. Blah, 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 blah. The suspect, Tyler Robinson. Romantic relationship with a roommate who is transgender. Boom! That's one case. That's 1 point for me, Popcorn. Antifa, stabbings in political classes. I never said mass casualty events. Okay? Stupid. Sorry, don't say stupid, kids. Don't get frustrated at Google and Popcorn who don't care what Popcorn thinks, kids. Pardon me. Stabbings, physical violence, intersection of political extremism and gender identity present a different dynamic. Antifa. They're telling me this same old gobbledygook about not centralized. In various clashes over the years, Portland, Seattle, Washington, D.C., individuals associated with Antifa have been arrested for violent acts, stabbings, pepper spray assaults, property destructions. Individual perpetrators have identified as transgender or non-binary. Okay? So criminologists track these as politically motivated extremism rather than attributed them inherently to perpetrators' gender identity, which nobody said that it was inherently attributed to their gender identity. You're putting words in my mouth, Google. Just like, and that's why Popcorn thinks that I'm getting debunked when I'm not. Training for violence in armed groups. The claim that transgender individuals are training for violence as groups generally stems from the rise of specific community defense organizations and firearms clubs, LGBTQ+, community defense groups, they call it. Elm Fork John Brown being a terrorist, anti-slavery terrorist back in the day, who committed murder along with his sons, right? In Texas, and Pink Pistols, decentralized. I never said they were centralized. Armed leftists, blah, 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 blah. Frequently included transgender individuals, LGBTQ+, radical communists. Well, they didn't say radical communists. Antifa, self-defense versus aggression. Many explicitly state it's for community self-defense and deterrence amid rising hate crimes. Yes, but we're talking about all too many cases. Andy knows expose these people as perps. Oops. Such as Proud Boys. Yeah, Proud Boys are also a kind of self-defense. If two groups eager to go in self-defense enter mutual combat with the Hake, Proud Boys don't tend to go out and search out transgenders just to randomly hit. Conversely, conservative groups like Heritage Foundation have pointed to these armed tactical training sessions as evidence of what they term transgender ideology-inspired violent extremism, lobbying federal agencies to monitor them as domestic security threats. So nice. All right, so I was proven right by Google, and Popcorn wants to pretend I was proven wrong and that Terri doesn't know what she's talking about. She knows these people. She was constantly threatened as a TERF being trans-exclusionary radical feminist. Popcorn, get educated. Properly educated. That's funny. You got me, Popcorn. You missed one of my coffees. I sent 3 today. Oh, man. Okay, I'll have to... Thanks, Popcorn, for the heads up. Let me go to my... Oh, buy me a coffee. And reimburse that one, okay? And scroll down. Searching on Google. Oh, good. Cool. Yeah, I see it. I don't think she realizes what's normal. Quoting Hake, I think. Or quoting somebody. For her is abnormal and indecent and unacceptable in the white world and civilized world. Oh, I'm quoting Hake, referring to Alyssa, what's her name? Alyssa WNBA Johnson. Alyssa Thomas. That was your commentary on Alyssa Thomas in regard to her punching. I didn't know that she punched Caitlin Clark. Alex chimed in and took it a step further, saying the white world is the civilized world. Couple of points from Popcorn. If Thomas had done that, Alyssa, to a black player, I'm not sure it would have made national headlines. I'm willing to be wrong about that. It might not. Because Caitlin Clark has an established history of violence against her. And yes, these women are actually lesbians. Is there more lesbians per capita in the WNBA? They are known for DV, higher incidence of DV per couple capita than other groups. So maybe they're, even that gal, Brittany Griner, and she's like, quote unquote, divorced and stuff. And she even was violent. So these lesbian people. Anyway, shout out. My bigger observation here is that in sports, athletes get heated sometimes and can't control their emotions. In hockey, a predominantly white sport, fisticuffs is allowed during the game. Yeah, but it's civilized. The fans, predominantly white, love it. It's civilized. They're supposed to hold each other, and then it's stopped. Let me reimburse Popcorn briefly. Reimburse him for his reminder coffee, okay? Okay. The refs circle around and the players are allowed to duke it out for a bit. If you want to make a point about what Alyssa did as being wrong, that's fine, but trying to make this a black people are uncivilized and white people aren't used to that is a losing argument, especially in sports. The NHL is the most glaring example, National Hockey League. But the NHL, they're not complaining about, oh, we're portrayed as thugs. They are portrayed as, they don't complain about being portrayed badly like Alyssa did. She's pretending like what she did wasn't thuggish. Anyway, the NHL is the most glaring example. Look at the ref, listen to the crowd, and here it is. Hopefully there's no cussing in this clip.
Kind of a mini play.
Oh, pardon me. It's loud. Hockey game.
Here we go. This was average.
Fight. Oops, my bad.
Mini playoff. And here we go. This was
Fight.
Olivier and the rookie, Matt Rempe. Rempe taking the right-handed shots. Olivier continues. Oh. Heavyweight battle yesterday for Rempe against Delorier. And look at Olivier send Rempe down. Wow. Kind of a mini playoff.
So this is Popcorn trying to say it's this. He's not saying it's the same thing. Uncivilized, yes, that's white uncivilizedness. When it's orderly, it's allowed, it's mutual combat, highly different from whatever she did to Caitlin Clark. Alyssa Thomas, Caitlin Clark. Popcorn wants to pretend like, where is that picture? I thought that I would see a picture. Like this is the same thing. Was Caitlin going up, punching her too? And she just lost the fight? Or was it one-sided assault? Oh, what a mess. The great, what's his name? From old Michigan or wherever, I forget. Sheriff David Clark said that less was done to George Floyd than that, except for it was a more extended period and he was going through some stuff. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's the first one. Mercury's Alyssa Thomas suspended for that. And I was commenting on, look at that arm. Whose arm is bigger? Hey, check it out. Oh, no, that's not my tricep. That's my whole shoulder. Darn. Never mind. Look at that poor white face, ghostly face. Is that a punch? Is that a choke? Is that just not paying attention to where your hands are? I'm very rough in like soccer. When I was playing soccer, I was very rough, but it was like on accident. This woman, it looks full-blown athletic, Alyssa Thomas. But the thing was, Popcorn, I was commenting on what JLP Talk was saying, because he was playing this thing Thursday, Give It Despair. Okay, so I don't know if it would already be here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Alyssa Thomas.
Female back in the morning.
I know, caller. Okay, here it is.
Being suspended, just the whole narrative that's being painted out there. It's unfortunate that it's come to this over basketball. A lot of us, myself included, didn't even know the play took place until after the game, and now we're being painted as thugs and there's death threats out on us. So it's really unacceptable. It's something that needs to change in this league, and I'm just really sick and tired of it.
So, of course, there are death threats, very evil. I agree with her. That's unacceptable there, Popcorn. You happy? Painted as thugs. She doesn't realize that that was thuggish, allegedly. Arguably quite thuggish, Popcorn. And it is the civilized world, and you guys are living in it and become civilized, but not always. And so you're basically kind of making Alex and my point for me there, Popcorn. Okay, so Alyssa Thomas versus NHL. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay, and then where did we talk about? Oh, yeah. Trans self-defense. No Anchor Baby today, okay? No Anchor Baby. And then where was this other one? Oh, yeah. King for a day. I ended up saying yes to your stuff, so I don't know if you thought that it would be a good point. I don't know, man. Okay, anyway. Thank you, guys. Let me just double check on YouTube. Thank you. Hey! Harmony Harms, good news. Thank you. I don't know which thing was good news. These are the super chats, y'all. Last super chats, at least for now. Thank you, Harmony Harms. Good news. Party emoji. Liberty emoji. Trump emoji. Hake _Hake emoji. Nice. And what's up to the Rumble crew? Let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything over here. Let's see, search at the Hake report. What's Jules saying? Does Hake have an email? Yeah, I have one. Do I check it? That's another question. The Hake report at gmail.com. Don't spam me, bro. He wasn't allowed to watch a bunch of movies when he was young, and I wasn't either, so I made him a movie list. Nice. Yeah. I don't have a blue check on X, so I could send it to him there. You have to have a blue check to send me stuff? Let me address that. I don't have time to address it. I don't know if that's true. Do you really? Maybe I did make my settings to where you have to... Settings and privacy. Why don't you have a blue check? Your account monetization premium, security. I don't know. Would it be privacy and safety? I don't really have time for that. I'll have to deal with that later. That's funny. What's up, Ponto King? Oh, and the Pilled crew. Here, let's do this. No. Oops. No. Yes. Is that Pilled? What happened to Pilled? Does Pilled get closed all the time, or what's going on? Oh, there's Pilled. Scratch off's being released, y'all. Let me double check here. It looks like I'm fine as far as the Pilled crew. Hello to Groovy Monkey Misty. And all of you guys. Who else? What's up, everybody? You're really evil, says Triple Order. Wow, Hake, you're really evil. Okay. Wow. Am I caught up? Okay. I'll check Streamlabs, Ko-Fi, just in case, right? And CashApp. James says, test run for your crypto investments. Thank you. Nice. That's a good suggestion. I did hear that CashApp does have the ability, no endorsement implied, to handle crypto investing. Very cool. Thank you, James. 20 minutes to go, y'all. 20 minutes to go. David in Texas. Tejas. How are you doing, David? Thank you for calling and holding.
How are you, young man?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess on my Facebook, because I've engaged in, or just looked at all the, videos of black on white crime. There's a couple of guys that seem to predominantly post about that kind of stuff. And
about black on white crime, you said?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's. I think the majority of it. I'm pretty sure that they report on everything, but what stands out, I guess, is the black on white.
Okay.
In Florida, a 62-year-old vet was shot and killed over a parking spot. Looked like by a female. They haven't released her name yet. In Mississippi, Kadarius Hobbs shot and killed Billy and Virginia Blair in their home after he broke in. And in North Carolina, Jadakiss Kashuni Hamilton, with 90 cases prior to this case, killed and buried Elaine Wisham, and he's had 90 cases since 2018. So in last 8 years, he's picked up almost 90 cases.
A long
Some
rap
of those
sheet?
include concealed. Huh?
A long rap sheet?
Yeah, 90 since in 8 years.
Yeah.
Concealed weapon, possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a firearm by a felon, high-speed chase, just to name a few. It's just crazy to me.
And then he ended up doing somebody in?
Yeah. He killed and buried a lady named Elaine Wisham, Wishon, Wishon. And that was in North Carolina somewhere. I live in kind of in East Texas, and so I've got different Facebook pages that, like Shreveport, Louisiana, and Tyler, Texas. I've got surrounding areas, on Facebook where they'll print mug shots and current cases.
He looked kind of light skinned. I wonder if it was washed out. Sorry, he looked kind of light skinned. This guy, but he was definitely a MOC, man of color. Jordan Elaine Wishon was the woman.
Yeah.
And remains of this 30-year-old woman, I think a mother, found buried at home, prompting investigators to charge a man with murder. Reported missing from South Church Street in North Carolina, according to this People magazine story from June 30th of this year, 2026. And Jadakiss Kashaun Hamilton.
How about that middle name?
Kashaun Hamilton
Kashani.
left. Very, they do these fancy black-sounding names, supposedly.
Yeah.
Been doing that for generations now. 25-year-old guy. Was she like dating him or something crazy, dumb?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just totally threw that out there as a question. I'm not saying that anybody's saying that.
Rhetorical, sir. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Because people.
Yeah, and there's no telling, because there is definitely a lot of that.
Yeah, and a lot of times
going on.
It doesn't end well for either of them.
A lot of times it doesn't. That's not 100%, just like anything else.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
this was a story that you'd wanted to share here because you'd seen it elsewhere.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
A real sweet girl, they said. I'm sure.
Right. A real sweet gal.
That's what they all say. What a mess.
Right. Well, that's what happens, when.
So a 25-year-old man with a rap sheet of 90 prior cases of different things.
That's what's crazy to me, really.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's that liberal values stuff. Missing mom's remains found. Okay, so Fox News is saying she was indeed a mother, if this is the same story we're looking at. Jadakiss, Kashawn Hamilton faces a murder charge after remains found during a search warrant execution. Crazy. What a mess.
Yeah. So the next thing I wanted to touch on just real quick is how do you feel? I know that you're not a space denier, nor am I.
Yeah.
But
I am a space affirmer.
What do you think about I
am a space affirmer.
Right.
Yep.
Are you a space worshiper?
Well,
do you have a strong affinity towards space?
No, I am enthralled. I may be guilty of moments of awe and worship. In my imagination, I'll be like, wow, God is great. You know, people see stuff that's so cool.
Right.
But really they are worshiping nature, but they're pretending like they're worshiping God who created the nature. But in their minds they're like, oh. So I might be guilty, I don't know, but no, I don't really think about space much. It's not one of my top 5 false idols, I wouldn't say. Maybe, I don't know, because I do enjoy going to the beach and being like, wow, look at the beautiful ball Earth that's obviously spinning on a globe. Spinning globe.
Look at that slope. Look at that slope. Look how it's sloping.
That's funny, man.
How could you deny the slope? Look at it. It's funny. You crack me up with that.
Right.
So to me, it's like the heavens are to be used like a tool, especially in ancient times. They were used as a tool to navigate the earth, right?
Yeah, true. Especially on the sea, you have no landmarks. You have no landmarks on the sea to show you where you are, so you needed the heavens above. Yep.
Right. The heavenly bodies were used because they were consistent in the night sky and in the day, but they were consistent and they could use those to navigate.
Yep.
And I just think it's weird to me this, and it's not. I don't have it. I don't think you have it, but there is definitely a part of society worldwide that has an obsession with space and trying to get out there and, trying to colonize different, we don't even have a strong hold on our own Earth, and we're all about exploring space and trying to colonize Mars, which that's never going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Wow. Naysayer.
I think the world will come to an end long before.
Oh, because you have a pessimistic view of, you have a pessimistic / maybe realistic view of how society dysfunctions and self-destructs.
Yeah, we've got things backwards,
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, I got to run, sir.
That's it, buddy.
Take care.
I appreciate you. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for all that you do for us.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Muhammad, India. Muhammad, how are you?
I'm good. I've sent you a message on X. Can you check?
I can. Go ahead.
It's on X. I've sent you a personal.
I know, but go ahead with your question or comment for the sake of time.
The question is that Meta and Google Play are using dark pattern tricks in India to show free trial, but they are charging the card full for many users. So we have posted some screenshots also. So we would like to draw your attention to this issue. And
say that again?
Reply back when we. Meta and Google are
which
which
account did you send to? When was this? I don't see anything.
Hake.
Yeah.
To Hake.
The Hake report?
to Hake report.
Aha.
Yes.
I found it under message requests. Is it Meta and Google? Okay, cool. Accept. All right, so... Okay, so you've tweeted out some different things I'm seeing, and it says Meta and Google, what? They're charging you?
They are using dark pattern. First, they show free trial.
Free?
But they charge the card full.
First week free
trial.
trial. Free trial. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about showing a trial, but they were like a court trial. But no, you're talking about a free trial, and then so you're getting scammed on, not by Meta, but by people on Meta? Meta and Google are using a dark platform to show a free trial, but charging the card in full and denying you a refund, closing support tickets too, without even replying to the issue. Huh.
Check the screenshots. Check the screenshots.
I don't want to check the screenshots on this computer. What if you're sending me something scammy?
No.
What's the point, man? Okay, don't do free trials, kids. Is this like a public service announcement type thing?
No, this is like very strange. Such big companies, Meta and Google, are a renowned name worldwide.
Right.
And Instagram is showing us free trial, and they are charging the card full at the very beginning. and when we are raising ticket, and this is not just with me. We checked online on Reddit.
Okay.
And there were many other people who faced the similar issues, and they don't even listen.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I do notice that when, as far as censorship goes, we've been censored and different people have been censored. And you're like talking to a wall because there's hardly any way even to contact or raise a concern to get your page back or whatever. And so, I don't know about this specific free trial bait and switch thing, but,
Can you see one screenshot where it is clearly seen free week first free week?
Nice. I mean, terrible. I'm sorry for your loss, Muhammad. Cancel your Meta and IG. So you're complaining about Meta and IG, right? And Google or whatever else?
This is not just about us. We are just...
Who's we? You're talking about you and your fellow Indians? Muslim Indians specifically being targeted with this scam?
No. This is for everyone.
Okay, nice.
We are saying... We are
all around the world?
India,
everybody's being scammed, including Christians too?
Yes. In India, these companies are using these kind of tactics.
Wow. Well, okay. Well, I disclaim info may be false. Big if true. I'm sorry again. I repeat myself. I'm sorry for your loss, man. And thank you for the warning. I'm running low on time, Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you though. Thanks for the call. I'm glad you were able to hold and let me know. And I have accepted your DM. And don't send me anything scammy.
No, we won't scam you.
Okay. Who's we? Why are you talking like we? How many of you are behind? How many are in the room with you or calling me or whatever? Who put you up to call me? I don't trust India people or Pakistanis or Nigerians. You're talking about Meta scamming.
Yes.
You guys scam too. Not you personally, but a lot of people in your country scam us.
Yes, absolutely. We know about that, but this is a card.
Okay.
Meta and Google are scamming Indians.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear it, sir. Thank you for your call. We'll talk again,
bye.
I imagine.
Take care.
All right, you too. Bye. Oh, Lord. I think I did have another super chat. Hockey fights are part of the course of the game, and it's structured, said M acts murder, and he also says Erika Kirk should be able to do whatever she wants to do and left alone after she's done with the prison sentence. Whoa. That's funny. I didn't expect that one. Okay, so Popcorn has a follow-up saying, I still think that it is a black versus white thing in terms of the way you're evaluating what Alyssa Thomas did versus the fighting that happens in hockey. You brought up fighting being allowed in hockey, so if fighting were allowed in basketball, would that change how you felt? Question one. I imagine so, but you're asking me to go into my imagination like you. I suppose, what if it were mutual combat between her and Caitlin Clark, which is something you brought up? Would that make a difference? Of course. Then it was like they're fighting. But that was like a ridiculous foul that you don't tend to really see every day, is a fist or a hand in the person's throat kind of callously, you know? Or it would become, oh, they're ladies, they shouldn't behave that way. Yes, that too. Or, well, in hockey, they wear padding. I've heard a lot of ways that fighting in hockey is justified, but the term thugs is reserved for black people typically. Get over your blackness, man. That's because black people are more typically thuggish. Yes, the people in fighting in hockey is sort of thuggish. Fine, you happy? The violence in hockey is normalized and celebrated. Doesn't make fighting in basketball right, but hard to argue about civilized versus uncivilized in that context, in my view. Both of those are white games. I will have you know. And whatever, Popcorn, have it your way. Stay white. Stay in your white people do it too mindset. Stay black, Popcorn. Cesar Caesar says, sup, Hake, I've been off and busy the past couple days. Keep having a great show, man. Stay safe, peoples. Praying hands emoji. Popcorn, I don't think that... I think what it is, I'll chalk it up to this. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. It's kind of like... it is white versus black. It is. It's because you're black that you can't see. You're used to the blackness, I think. Okay, last coffees. Stay black. Nice. And shout out Caesar. Okay. I have like 2 minutes, all right? Literal 2 minutes. Michael Canada on the line here. Go ahead, Michael.
What's up, man?
Hey.
How is you?
I is doing just fine. I'm collecting coffees from Popcorn. Popcorn flavored coffee.
Come on, Popcorn. You can do it better. Like it's a freaking book, man.
Lord have mercy.
At times I wonder, is Popcorn really hate? Hate sending himself coffee? I'm playing, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. So sorry, I'm at work. So Terri, I'll be quick.
All right.
So Terri said something. She said that not everybody in Israel were the same. And she's false right there because maybe not everybody loves Bibi out there, but they're all for the war. All for the genocide, 90% of them, actually. And not only that, but is opposition.
No, they're not. I'll tell you one thing. Every Jew here, well, maybe in Israel, it may be more per capita or for the getting rid of the nuisance, the mortal threat that they have with those people who are all raised to hate each other. But in America, there are Jews. I showed a clip of one who was against what he called the genocide. So anyway, go ahead.
Never trust a Jew, man.
I got 30 seconds until I have a hard out, but go ahead.
Okay, so that's it, man. They're all for the war, and the opposition of BB, the thing they hate about BB is that they're making their top guy disappointed and upset. So if they lost their top guy, it's over for Israel. Military talking. So, yeah, that's it. Have a nice day. I love you. I'll be back maybe tomorrow.
Again, no anchor baby, y'all. I got to get out of here. Peace in the Middle East. Oh, let me set the redirect to tomorrow's JLP show. How'll that grab you? Here, let's see here. Oh, it's not scheduled. Never mind. Shall I redirect you guys anywhere else? Destiny? You guys like Destiny, right? I'm just kidding. Modern Day Debate. It is. Modern Day Debate oftentimes goes over there. So, I'm overtime, y'all. So, peace in the Middle East. After they finish them off, right? I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really care. Or at least in y'all's hearts. Adios, America. See you tomorrow. Take care. And bye.